You know what I do when I'm mad, Paul? I hit a pillow. Just hit the pillow. See how you feel.
There's your fucking pillow.
Feel better?
Yeah, I do.
Now, as I was saying, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad. Drugs are bad, okay?
The girl of your dreams has got to be in some bar.
Sorry, boys and girls, but this is X-rated. So if you're under 18...
Get out, goddammit! Get the point, good.
And now?
Bend over.
Y'all ready for this?
Get it out. Get it out. I can't wait anymore.
I like to watch.
Whatever you design, I know you'll like it.
We do it all night.
PPRNradio.net. Featured guest DJs. Music news. The hottest DJs from around the world.
Hey, have you tried that new place, Beats?
Beats?
No, it's a pizza.
Beats?
It's a pizza. They let you build your own.
They even cook it in a coal-fired brick oven.
In under 3 minutes.
Do they have anything else?
Of course. They have calzones, grinders, wings, soups, and salads.
They let you completely design your own meal.
With 30 different toppings to choose from. I'm sure you will find something.
Check out their app in the iTunes or Android Marketplace.
Or just head down to Beats yourself at 182 Temple Street. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Well, looks like we're heading to Beats.
It's a pizza!
Beats. That's Beats. You can go down there. Tuesday nights is Elm City Idol karaoke night, 8 p.m. to closing. Wednesday is Lady Nights, 7 to 10 p.m. All pizza is half off for the ladies, and Fridays are $5 pizza night when you mention Marty the Paisan. That's dine-in only. Mention Marty the Paisan to the waitress or cashier and receive a $5 pizza. Forget about it. We got a little technical difficulties, and everybody can hear me okay?
Everybody can hear you.
Yes.
All right.
The whole world can hear you, man. That's good.
So, welcome to another episode of The Designated Driver right here on PPRNradio.net, Addiction Recovery Radio, each and every Monday evening from 8:30 to 9:30. You can tune in and hear this show. You can also log on to the website, and where it says Designated Driver, you can hear the podcasts. So I am your host, Marty the Paisan, and we're going to go right around the room, and everybody introduce yourself. Peter, our soundboard guy and owner of PPRN Radio.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm busy over here.
Hey, Marty, it's Dr. Bono, as you like to call me.
All right.
Carol Cruz, person in long-term recovery.
Prince, the King.
Richie.
Jackie, a.k.a. Teresa.
All right, so we got a full house here tonight, and we got a special guest calling in. Before I talk about our special guest, Dr. Samuel Silverman, and you just heard Carol Cruz. Dr. Samuel Silverman is from the American Society of Addiction Medicine, and later in the broadcast, we're going to have a guy call in, Big Jim. Some of you guys might have seen me post about Big Jim Downs. He's doing this walk across the country, and he's going to call in and briefly talk about that real fast. And then Carol's going to let us know what's going on with her. But before we get into all that, and Dr. Samuel, he'll be calling in shortly, I got to give thanks to Sherry and Steve at A1 Gator Graphics. You guys been seeing these flyers going around, and they're the ones that created the flyers. And also Joe Chipio, thanks for his help with these flyers. But Sherry, she created the logo and stuff. So A1 Gator Graphics and Vinyls, 561-512-1324. Any kind of graphic thing you need, give her a call. She's phenomenal. You guys like how the flyers came out?
Beautiful.
Beautiful?
I haven't seen them, but they're beautiful.
Beautiful like me, right? Are you going to do some rapping this show? You keep talking about it.
I know. He keeps promising.
I think I brought 2 bars. I'm not sure if it's going to work at all.
Xanax bars? This is a drug-free show. Jeez.
Is someone really calling you on your phone?
Somebody is calling me on my phone. How about that?
Ridic.
We hear you on the
And,
radio.
and I'm supposed to.
Don't answer, man.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. So, Rob's Tickets. Rob'sTickets.com. You know, he's got some big events coming up, so if you want the best tickets you can possibly get, you check out Rob'sTickets.com. You know, concerts, sporting events, bus trips, they do it all. And if you want a discount, you get a 10% discount when you mention Paisan in the checkout screen. So you just put that as your promo code. And anybody ever heard of Rob's Tickets? No?
No. But if you're a veteran, you get 85% off, too, right?
Wow.
No, that's the next.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Rob.
But Rob has 10% off for our listeners. So just, you know, and then you could give them a call, 203-467-8499. And, you know, they've been around forever. And there's really good people. So, baseball games, it's baseball season right now, right, Pete?
Yeah. It's baseball season, yeah.
It is?
It's like week 20.
You talk about baseball in one of your shows,
Yeah,
right?
the sports show. That's right before your show from 6:30. Jesus.
You know, that's what somebody was emailing me about, is the sound effects that they hear in the backgrounds here.
I changed the ice cubes because I didn't want no one to relive.
Last week they were asking me, who was the guy that was doing coke?
Oh, my God.
This might be our doc. Hello, welcome to the Designated Driver.
Hi, how are you?
Is this Dr. Samuel?
Yes, it is.
Can you give me 2 minutes? I appreciate you calling into the show. I got to read one more announcement here, and then we got thrown back, so we're running just a couple minutes behind. But if you don't mind just hanging on 2 minutes.
Yep, not a problem.
Thank you. And where are you calling in from?
West Hartford.
All right. All right, so
Hey.
West Hartford in the house. All right, so True Ink Tattoo, Piercing, and Art Gallery. True Ink is in North Branford on Foxen Road. And, you know, people that are in recovery, they get these tattoos before they get into recovery. So what they specialize in is fixing stuff up. So, and then they gave discounts, not 85%, but they do give a discount for veterans. And you also get a discount for listening to the show. So summertime is here. You want to get a nice tattoo. You know, you want to get something fixed up. You want to, you know, show support for your sobriety. Give Ruick a call, 203-208-3176. Dr. Samuel Silverman.
That's correct.
How you doing tonight?
Good, thank you.
I appreciate you calling
How
in.
you doing?
You know, I'm alive and above ground.
Okay, BC otherwise.
That's right. We got a friend of yours in the studio here. He says he knows you.
Hey, Sam, it's Mark Bono.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good, good. I was just telling these guys that I got into doing the outpatient opiate treatment because of you. Remember when you...
I'll be darned.
Yeah, remember you're the one that got me started when you went on a trip and I covered your groups, remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I saw someone doing it right, and I said I have to replicate this as much as possible. So
That's right, you did.
That's right.
Nice.
How'd it go? And you did well, didn't you?
Well, I own my own
You're still
practice.
doing well with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm full-time in Madison now. So,
Wow,
thanks
moving
to
up.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a nice office out there in Madison, and he's a great guy. So if you're one of his mentors, I commend you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. So tell us a little bit about ASAM and what's going on in a couple days.
Well, ASAM is a national organization, the American Society of Addiction Medicine, and it's the advocate for all the branches of medicine with respect to substance abuse. Addiction psychiatry comes under psychiatry, but this ASAM encompasses any specialty in medicine that wants to be part of it. So it was organized about 50 years ago by a group of physicians who were treating patients with alcohol use disorders in New York City, and just grew, and docs who got interested in addiction, either for themselves or their interest in taking care of people, became more and more involved, and it became a national organization with about 3,000 or more members, and then it decided to credential doctors by offering an exam. So you would get ASAM certified, and then they wanted to become part of the establishment through the American Board of Medical Specialties. So the American Board of Addiction Medicine was formed and offered fellowships and training in addiction medicine. And there's about 50 of them, but we have one at Rushford. It's about our fourth year going into it, and we're training physicians who have finished their residencies in any specialty: anesthesiology, internal medicine, family practice, pediatrics. And if they want to specialize in addiction medicine, they will do a year of fellowship with us and then be eligible to take an exam. And
when you say fellowship, you mean go to church?
No, not quite. They go to meetings. No, not that fellowship. It's if you go to a cardiologist, he's probably taken a year of specialized training in cardiology, a couple years, and they call that years after residency. They call them fellowships.
All right.
So it's additional training beyond one's, specialty training. So you get an extra specialty in let's say I am a psychiatrist. I am also a specialist in addiction psychiatry, and now I have my specialty in addiction medicine.
Yep.
So it's a specialty area after one finishes medical school, finishes residency. Let's say in family practice, they've done another 3 years, and then they want to do another year of training to become proficient in addiction medicine. So we offer that now as an option, and we've become accepted by the American Board of Medical Specialties, and addiction medicine is now part of preventive medicine, and it's a big deal. It's got a seat at the table.
And what's the event that you got coming up?
Well, the local chapter holds a competition among all physicians and all residents and fellows, people who either finishing up medical school. After medical school, let's say they do a residency in psychiatry or residency in internal medicine. Well, we've gotten in contact with all those programs and offer a competition. How does addiction impact their specialty? So people from internal medicine will submit slides. Everybody will submit 10 slides, PowerPoint slides, and then we hold a competition and offer money to those who we think are worthy. And they have they present in front of a panel of judges, and they're selected. And all those who participate, about 13 of them, will have their slides put on a poster, and they'll have a poster session. You know what a poster session is?
Yeah, it's a poster session.
You don't know.
They make posters, and then they stand by their posters, and when people come around, they will explain what their presentation is.
Is this event open to the public?
It's kind of. I don't think we restrict it. Our mailing list is mostly physicians, medical students.
Okay, so if somebody from the general public wants to go to the event, how can they find out about it? Is it free?
It's free.
Okay, and where is the event listed? What's the website?
At the Connecticut State Medical Society. on
Washington
Street.
The
in
website.
North Haven.
Do you know what the website is?
Website.
Yeah, where they can find out about, or somewhere that they could call. How can the general public find out about this event?
ASAM, Connecticut chapter of Addiction Medicine, has a Facebook page.
Okay. So you can look it up on Facebook. And what's the name of the event?
It's the ASAM Educational.
Okay. And what day is that?
Wednesday night at 6.
This Wednesday at 6 p.m. And where is it?
It's, where's the Connecticut State? Let me just look up it's at the Connecticut State Medical Society.
And what
in
town?
North Haven.
North Haven. All right.
North Haven.
All right. So, it's open to the public, and it's
127 Washington Street, North Haven.
And it's open to the public, and it's all about the doctors showing their slides. It's a good time about educating the public about abuse, addiction, and...
Well, not really. It's really educating physicians because it's all technical. It's medical. How does addiction impact their specialty? So you're going to have people presenting slides on liver disease. You're going to have people presenting slides on... let me give you some of the topics here.
Well, they could go on the website and they can find all that about all about the event. They can go to the ACM website, find it on Facebook, and our topic that we're going to be talking about later in the broadcast is legalizing marijuana. What's your input on that? Very briefly.
Put the guy on the
Well,
spotlight.
I think it's...
well, I'm going to ask you next.
Physicians should be involved in prescribing marijuana or recommending it because we don't know what's in it. We don't, by telling people that it's okay to use, which in essence we're doing, we're endorsing something that doesn't have enough scientific data to begin with. So from that point of view, I'm against medicalizing it. Now, if people want to, if society decides that that's what they want to do, we're going to have to live with the consequences of it. And, like alcohol is legal, now we take care of people who have alcohol use disorders.
What do you think?
The question is, it's not an innocent medication. It does, it does have some downsides. It's not pure. You don't know what you're getting.
What do you think some of the consequences are if they legalize it?
Well, I think for an adolescent brain, it can be very damaging. It can prevent... the brain isn't ready to handle stuff until it's about 21 or 22 in terms of being protected. So if an adolescent starts using it and their growth stops emotionally because they're getting stoned all the time, then they're not going to go through the normal stages of development, number one. Number two, studies show that it drops about 10 points on the IQ for chronic users. Some of that comes back, some of it doesn't. It can precipitate schizophrenia in those who are vulnerable to it. It's it's got its downside, and we don't know enough about it to really be able to speak with accuracy that it's innocent.
All right. So, like I said, we're running a little bit late tonight, but the American Society of Addiction Medicine, that's what you guys need to look up, and you'll find out about Dr. Samuel Silverman and what's going to be happening on Wednesday night. Dr. Mark Bono, what would you like to say to about what he said about legalizing marijuana? What's your... nice and close to the mic.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not going to disagree with Sam Silverman, right? So, no, he's Sam's.
You got to talk close.
I'm like,
just like
there
that.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. So,
when you move away, they can't hear you.
All right, I'm like pinned up here. I don't know what to do. I'm like breathing the mic in. Yes, I of course I agree with much of what Sam said in terms of, the term legal and allowing adolescents to use are not the same things, and I think I think sometimes we do have to come to terms with the fact that whether we legalize something or not doesn't change whether or not people are going to use it, and I'm absolutely against the adolescent brain being exposed to marijuana. I have 2 adolescents myself. I'd be very upset if they started smoking. However, I will also say I have a lot of clients who come in to see me for opiate addiction treatment, who, especially women who have severe trauma, a long history of trauma, and they've been taking benzos for a long time. And some of them are able to slowly move away from the benzo use, taper down, get off the benzos, and utilize medical marijuana to function and manage the level of anxiety that they have from the residual effects of trauma. I have seen that to a positive, and I do support women who are in that situation as much as possible, and under the supervision of a physician, etc. But I think that people can really benefit at times from some of the effects of cannabis if they're, especially if their other choice are benzodiazepines, which are, especially if you're on Suboxone or methadone or something like that, it's contraindicated to take those.
After, we're going to listen to a couple songs here in just about a minute, and then after that we're going to go around the room and we're going to talk about this topic, because Prince Rayon wanted to talk about this topic last week.
I did?
So we're... See? Maybe you're smoking too much and you can't remember.
No, I remember he brought that up.
He did bring it up.
He did bring it
up.
Sure.
Dr. Samuel Silverman, thank you so much for calling into the Designated Driver.
Okay, you're welcome, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Mark.
Hey, Sam, it was great to hear your voice. Keep up the great work, buddy.
Okay, take care.
All right, thank you so much. Tell Kara that we said hello. So, Pete, we had a little technical difficulties there, and I didn't get to say thank you this week for having us in your studio here. See, you're not even on.
You're welcome. I was doing too much other stuff.
So
focus.
I enjoyed focus. Did you see your video on Tuesday? She was getting mad.
He lost 5 girlfriends.
She was like, I can't hear him.
I'm never focused, man. I'm
never
focused.
So people want to do a show. How do they do a show?
Just email me on the website. It's right up there. Email us, and then we'll go from there. If you want to do a show.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you log on to PPRN Radio, then in the bottom left you see all the shows. You click on one of those shows, for example, Designated Driver,
right?
And it says plays and it says downloads. What's the difference? How can somebody download one of the shows?
It's pretty self-explanatory. If you hit play, it'll play. If you hit download, you can download it to wherever.
I didn't see a download button there.
Yeah, there is.
So why would somebody want to download it?
Because a lot of people can't afford data. So what they'll do is they'll download it from home onto their phone or onto their iPad and then listen to it for free. Because if you go, let me go to a show over here. If you go to the sports show that was just on, if you go to episodes and you go to PPR and All Things Sports, there's a download button right here. See it?
Right.
Click download, and it downloads it to whatever device you're on.
I see.
And this way you can play it while you're driving without incurring any data usage.
So if you just press play, then it uses up your data.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so we
not much though. It doesn't mean as much.
Not much.
No, not at all.
All right. So PPRNradio.net,
and we have a live app too. So
look for the email address.
Yeah, we're a 24-hour radio station. So if you don't want to hear about addiction, just want to hear some music,
or you want to
check
hear
out
sports,
our schedule. You want to hear sports, or you want to hear
bozos talking about sports.
Yeah. There's a syndicated show also that plays on Saturdays, and there's 2 of them that are on regular radio that play here too. So we got a lot of variety here. So on Saturday is mixtape too. So.
But it's constantly music here.
Constantly?
24/7.
Well, yeah, 90%
for the
of the
most
time.
part.
Yep.
Yeah, good music. What kind of music? Like
Monday,
80s and stuff?
80s. Mondays is like 80s, like the old Depeche Mode. And Tuesday, Wednesdays is metal and rock from 80s up to now. And then Thursday, Friday into Saturday morning is grunge. All your old like Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock stuff. And then Sundays is when people our age would enjoy all the music that makes you feel good, like Billy Joel and all that other stuff. And
all right.
Who's that?
So
not you.
So we got our age. We got a couple local bands here out of Connecticut that we're going to feature this week. We got Chaser 8 and we got the Screaming Eagle Band. So Peter's going to play those songs right now.
You're listening to PPRNradio.net.
And it broke down. And I need more of you. Can't stop myself now. My life's in a killer smile, and you got me hooked. I'm under your spell, so don't call, don't write, just leave your life and come back to mine. Lips that taste so right. I could touch them forever if you let me the time. Don't you fight this fight, just let yourself in. We've been waiting our whole lives. So don't call, don't write, just leave your life and come back to mine. So don't call, don't write, just live your life and come back to mine. God with your lightning on this dark night. Don't write, just live your life and come back to mine.
She dance, pussy willow prince. We love her, we leave her, but never mistreat her. She burns slow, lasts long, a high tide ride. Round the axis of love, and we all fall down. Love my baby. You know I like her a lot, and she's my nasty lady. Love my baby. You know I lust her a lot, and she's hot, hot, hot. Black widow mama saying she don't want her, but it's in through the outdoor, more, more. She's a snake in the grass, and you know it won't last. You know you really want her, find her not a lover.
Chaser.net.
Chaser 8 was the first band you heard with over 10,000 followers on Facebook, chaser8.com. All their upcoming shows, music, video, everything is right there, chaser8.com, and that's the number 8 spelled out. Next upcoming gig for Chaser 8 is Saturday, May 20th at Local Palooza, Three Saints Park in Bethany. The second band you heard was Screamin' Eagle Band with the front man there, Biker Mike. ScreamingEagleBand.com is no G, it's Screamin'. Screamin' Eagle Band. Modern Southern rock at its finest. Be sure to catch the Screamin' Eagle Band this Thursday, May 18th at Throttle Rocker Magazine's Destination Bike Night from 6 to 9 p.m. at the American Legion Post 80 in Enfield, Connecticut. For more info, go to their website, Screamin' Eagle Band, and also follow them on Facebook. Delestro Jewelers is your jeweler guy for everything that you need. You need jewelry cleaned, engagement rings, right there on Main Street in East Haven. Johnny Delestro and his son treat all their customers like their family, and they got, all sporting memorabilia. They got the baseball, football, basketball, whatever you want, they got it for you. So, you hear me talking about these sponsors. These guys are supporters of this show. So, you need a jewelry guy, you need some tickets, you need a tattoo guy, you need a psychologist. Check these guys out and support the ones that support the show. So, Carol, how you doing? We're going to get to you in a couple minutes. You still awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
It's been a long day. Just came from work.
I appreciate your patience. We had a little rough start there, but we're going with it now. Mark, tell us a little bit about what you do out there in Madison, briefly.
Yeah, very simply, we treat opiate addiction. We have, I think, one of the best models, emulated after Dr. Silverman's model. We require therapy and medication each week, med management and therapy, and we take state insurance, and the doctors and the therapists, that being myself and another psychologist, we work hand in hand like a team, and we have, I will say, outstanding recovery going on at the Center for Compassionate Recovery in Madison. Shameless plug.
And you take, you're one of the sponsors
Yeah,
here. That's what I wanted you to talk about. So you take state insurance over there.
I do. We take most insurances, including state. Most private practitioners do not do that.
So if somebody's struggling with addiction, you'll help them any kind of addiction?
Absolutely, any kind of addiction. We do focus.
Drugs and alcohol, or gambling and anything?
Preferably drugs and alcohol. But
Sex?
Preferably sex. But no, we do it all. But no, we focus on opiate addiction, but I have been an addiction psychologist for 20 years and treat a variety of addictions.
All right.
I do have clients that have other substance of choices.
I think if you have one, it comes with a lot more. Because I know when I come off one, I develop another one.
Well, certainly many of our clients come in with multiple substances on board.
Is that a form of not being hugged as a kid? I'm not even being funny. I mean, is it
I was
a form of not having enough attention?
I was telling a client today who was her probation officer was insisting that she go see a physician and get medication. There's got to be something wrong with her. And as she said, I had a great upbringing. I have nothing. I've never been through trauma, although that's unusual. I will say, you don't with opiates especially. Once you get hooked, a lot of my clients get hooked from an injury, illness,
legitimate reasons.
Absolutely, medications. And once you get hooked, you don't need a whole kind of background
you don't need trauma
story.
to get addicted.
You're addicted, and once you're addicted, you are addicted.
You're live on PPRN.
Hey, this is Big Jim.
Big Jim, how you doing? Welcome to the Designated Driver. Nice to have you call in. Like I said earlier, we're running behind and we're really, pressed for time. But I wanted you to call in. I wanted you to tell the listeners about what you're doing with Big Jim's walk.
Well, I want to appreciate, first off, thanks to Designated Driver Show. Thank you, Marty. Hey, I'm walking across America. I'm making some noise. I'm reaching out, bringing awareness to addiction, to this epidemic, and I'm bringing the hope, the message of hope in Jesus Christ. And, I've already walked 700 miles, and we got about 2,000 more to go, so I'm coming up your way.
And you're going to be headed here to the studio, right?
Absolutely, I am. I can't wait to get up there. And, we're stopping by many, all this, from the small communities to the big cities. We're stopping in recovery programs, giving encouragement to everyone that's in their struggle and they're trying to beat it. We're stopping and we're talking to churches, trying to get them to break down the walls of denomination and get back out in the communities. And we're just trying to give a bunch of encouragement and get people on board to draw a line in the sand and start fighting, going to war against this epidemic. It takes people like you, Marty, to be able to beat this.
How far have you walked?
I've walked almost 700 miles so far.
If you were listening.
Like from
and in addition to walking, you have your wife there with you as well, right?
Absolutely. Marty, she goes in front of me. She goes into the towns and kind of alerts the media, talks to people, tries to get speaking engagements for me to be able to reach out, tell my story about the monster I was.
You're fading in and out, Jim. You're something wrong with the phone, but you're.
We got an electric storm going on here, so it's turned off.
Yeah, it's really kind of hard to hear you. But your wife, she drives ahead of you, and then you do your walk behind her, and you catch up with her.
Absolutely. Yep. We end up connecting at the end of the day, and we get to get together and be able to put our heads together on what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and as well, she's reaching out as well to people. And I've got good news. Just found out today we were able to get 2 people into recovery today.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about. That's what your whole walk is about. So what's the website if somebody wants to find out about it?
www.bigjimswalk.com. Go there, check it all out. And as well, we got YouTube, we got Facebook. It's just Google Big Jim's Walk, and it's all over the place.
All right, and then in sometime in July, we're going to have you come in the studio, and we're going to have you come on to the show.
Yeah, we're going to have a wing ding.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot for calling in. All right, be good, Jim.
My brother, thank you so much, brother.
Keep on keeping on.
Amen. God bless you, my man. We'll keep up with you.
All right. So Carol.
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you got going on in your life these days, Carol?
Well, it's nice to hear from Dr. Bono about medication assistance treatment, because that's the field I'm in as a peer recovery supports coach, case manager up in New Britain. I'm not going to say the name of my agency, but they've been doing the medication assistance there for over 10 years. Nice. Our primary physician there, we truly believe in medication assistance. We don't do the methadone; we just do Suboxone.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Mm-hmm. And recently, I was hired there. 5 months ago, because we did get a grant to hire on people with lived experience. So I'm really grateful that more and more agencies across Connecticut and other states are recognizing people with lived experience. I've been in recovery since 1994 from heroin and crack cocaine. And, a lot of it was my trauma. It did start with alcohol and marijuana. But, just to be able to give back in another capacity, working with people that are in all pathways to recovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And how many years are you?
22. 23 in September.
So do you still get urges after that long?
No.
How do you maintain?
Actually, I just came from a meeting before coming here, because I had to, put out some time in between coming from work. So I went to a women's meeting that I never went to. I've never been shy to just walk into a meeting. My first meeting back into recovery, I've been trying to get. Before this last time, I was in and out of the recovery since 1989. And, I went into a meeting, a women's meeting. I had just had my son back in 1994. And, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was desperate. DCF had a case open on me. They were going to, they gave me an opportunity to have my son with me. But when I went into a women's meeting, I felt like it was home. I had one woman sat me down, another one gave me a cup of coffee, another one took care of my son while I got myself, into recovery. I also was a part of an outpatient program. Back then it was, a 2-year program that I was involved in, Project Courage out in Bridgeport. That's where my recovery started. Bond Street, Bridgeport. The meetings there, were hardcore. It was the tough love. But over the years, I've, I still go to meetings maybe a couple times a month. But right now I'm, working strongly in the field of addiction recovery, and also I have a nonprofit that I work with in consulting and doing recovery coach training.
And what is that called?
The Reach Out Project. Reach stands for Recovery, Education, Accountability, Community, and Hope, but also the A stands for Advocacy.
So Reach Out Project, is that on Facebook or website?
Yep, it's www.reachoutprojectinc.org. We're a nonprofit. Been there since 2014. I started it. My stepson was murdered at an underage drinking party, and I live in Milford. So I decided I wanted to bring more awareness to the community because our young people, were just dropping like flies. This was really before a lot of the opiates and heroin started hitting the town. But, I wanted to bring more awareness, and I had actually a family show up to the first event walk that I had down at Walnut Beach. And
that's a beautiful beach.
Yeah, it is very
beautiful. They do
beautiful.
the sand sculpting there.
Mm-hmm. And the mom was there with her sister and her 2 other daughters. She had lost her daughter about 2 years prior to that, heroin overdose. Young lady died in her car. And
it's real.
This
thing is real.
The mayor was there. Mayor Blake was there, and she went up to the mayor and she said, "You politicians need to get your head out of the sand.
Yeah.
We have a problem here in our little town with a big heart." And I've been on that journey ever since. I've been part of the Milford Prevention Council, and also on the state level on the Drug and Alcohol Policy Council for the governor.
It's been a really informative show. This show, we've had a lot of people talking about things. But now I'd like to, 203-992-7776. Our topic here tonight is, what is it, Prince Rayon? What's the topic?
Ganja.
Legalizing marijuana. That's our topic. Rich, what's your opinion about legalizing marijuana? Don't mean to put you on the spot there.
No problems.
Nice and into the mic.
I think it should be legal. I really do.
You do?
Yeah. If you can control it, you can get it out of the hands of the kids, the older people using it. Right now, why it's illegal, the only person who can sell it are kids without getting in that much trouble.
How is that possible, though?
With that said, I think it should all be legal. If you're going to be able to legalize it, you can, first of all, lower our deficit, and second of all, you can control it. Like when you were 18, 19, and 20, you drank like a fish, no?
Yeah.
When you were 21, you didn't drink like a fish.
Yeah.
You drank like a fish still, but you didn't drink as much because it wasn't the rush there.
Yeah, when it's
people are going to get heroin and coke if they want it.
If it's illegal, it's going to be in the hands of the public to be spread
exactly.
out, and that's going to go to anybody.
You can do a lot of good with legalizing it, and there's a lot of educational things like this show.
Look, it's illegal and people still do it.
Yeah, look at Amsterdam, cleanest city in the world.
Yeah.
Everything's legal. It is.
So I am a clinical therapist, and I work with teens who battle, struggle with substances, right?
Even after last Tuesday?
Yes. I'm still working for some reason. Obviously, I'm a valuable employee of the agency, right?
Yeah.
So I see it every day, right? These teens, they think it's an innocent drug, and it causes so much problems, right?
Isn't it a lot of times the teens are, it's a masking of something other, like mental illness.
Right.
They're using the substance to
To
really,
cope,
because I know
right.
that was for me.
Right,
You know,
right.
I had a undiagnosed mental illness,
Right.
and that's why, and a lot of it was the trauma, the PTSD from
Right.
sexual abuse, and
Right.
I used marijuana and alcohol to numb myself.
Exactly. Well, I don't
Now,
think it
this is when you
has
were
a
underage.
place with adolescents or children, but I think, especially medically, it does have a purpose. It does. In society.
Uh,
And that's where I think it can work. But I do feel like even adults, right? I know a lot of people who are adults, right? And they struggle with it because they don't see it as a problem until they are in prison, until they don't have a family anymore. That's
That's
when
any
they
kind of
realize.
addiction that would do that. If you're addicted to gambling, you're going to sell everything. You're going to
What-
steal to get that done.
People don't think that that's possible to be addicted to it, though. That's a problem.
But the thing with medical marijuana, okay,
Right.
so what's out there on the street, nobody knows. It's the same with heroin. There's fentanyl in the heroin. It's straight fentanyl that people are getting hold of, and that's why they're dying. So when I heard you know, all talking about, you know, being paranoid under the marijuana, you don't know what's in it.
Sure.
You know, splice, all that stuff that's, you know,
That's
going
why
out
regulated
there.
would be
So
good.
regulated, you know, I have someone very close to me that is on medical marijuana. He was diagnosed with PTSD, social anxiety, all of the above. Young person, 22 years old, and he functions very well. It's expensive, you know. I wish their insurance would cover it, in at least part of it, but at the same time, he's able to function.
We're
And
so
I think
like caught in the middle with marijuana.
Yeah,
as
but
a
if
society.
alcohol is legal, why isn't
Yeah.
marijuana? I mean,
I
really,
I think-
alcohol
I
is
think
one of the
that's-
worst drugs
I
for your
think
body
that's-
there is.
I think that's the argument right there.
Right.
In terms of sociologically,
Yeah.
if you're going to choose between having a relative overdue alcohol or overdue marijuana, which are you going to choose?
Marijuana.
I'm going to choose marijuana too. So you know, we're socialized to think of alcohol as legal and acceptable, and you
Yeah.
can stop in any corner and buy all flavors and potencies and everything else. And I certainly can't get behind the idea of saying that marijuana causes more damage than alcohol in our society, health wise. Legally,
Some people can socially use, and some people get a problem with it.
And I also think that the Al-Anon should come back, not as far just as drinking. I think the people that choose to stay with you need to be educated on how not to treat you, not how to. Like my wife, she didn't want me doing it, but she didn't know how to treat it. Also, she treated me like a villain, and not a person that had a problem.
Right.
Not that I'm looking for any. Listen, she's never been around it, so she doesn't know why I'm hiding the pipe under the couch, or why didn't I just throw it in the garbage? Because you need to understand the addiction. It's like I'm hiding it because I want to get caught, or I want someone to see me. So why wouldn't I? After I just use the pipe, why wouldn't I throw it away?
Well, part of the Reach Out Project is working with families that have been affected by addiction.
Right.
You know, and to learn how to detach and how to learn that they're also in a recovery process too.
I also think parents shouldn't be hard on your kids either. You can't just say, you're a loser, you're getting high. You got it.
How does somebody find out about the Reach Out Project? How can they contact you?
They can call me on my phone, 203-507-4223. Again, my website is www.reachoutprojectinc.org.
So if somebody is listening and you want to, I'm interested in what you guys think about legalizing marijuana. Anybody want to call in? We got a few minutes left to the show here, so we got about 8 minutes. We ran over, so.
Yeah. Well, I'll say one thing, Peter. You said something about the parents. I think it's really hard when the parents find out that their kids are doing, drugs. Right? That's really hard, and so I think part of it is talking to your kids about because it's a problem when it's a problem in functioning, right? That's the problem.
But
When it affects
non-drug
school-
users judge drug users as bad right off the bat. They
Yeah.
don't understand the reason why. You are not a good person. Is
You
basically
think
what
it's
you're
a
told.
choice versus, you know, it's a physical.
And when someone
moral,
tells me it's not a
psychological,
disease, I want to punch them in the
spiritual.
face.
Me and you both.
No, and
It's
I had
a
an argument.
moral
I'm
dilemma.
just saying.
Yeah, it's a
So,
disease.
so that's why it's important.
I got to argue
Yeah,
with you.
it's a mental
Right.
disease.
Well, you could.
Well,
That's why we're here.
Because
It can
because
be a misnomer.
you don't. You have the choice to pick up.
Okay.
But you don't have the choice over the urges.
But when
that's
you're-
what comes in.
When your
So
mother
it-
smokes crack when you in the womb for 9 months, you're going to end up doing something. And that to me is a disease that you cannot control. Because if that child didn't get addicted while it was in the womb, it still has the traits in its
The
head.
child was exposed. My
Exposed.
son was exposed.
So that's
to
why it could be a
substance
disease.
during my addiction.
Right.
Okay.
Mine too. I mean,
and I had to be corrected actually from the federal government telling me that I didn't cause my son to become addicted. He was exposed to the substances that I used. Does he have issues today? Yes. But are we working those things through? Absolutely.
Right.
You know,
So,
I would
yeah.
again, I would rather see him smoking weed than doing Klonopin. A kid on Klonopin is like they're like so tuned out.
My ex smoked crack with the baby in her, and now she can't control his behavior, so she puts him on 3, and he's 8. I'm like, all he needs is attention.
Right.
You know, now you're putting him on 3 medications. Guess what that kid's going to do when he's our age?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he can't wake up. He's got to have a pill that keeps him. Even the schools, like you need to put him on something. He's not.
Right.
No,
Oh, yeah, the
he
schools are all
wasn't.
into that.
He wasn't disciplined. When he was with me, he was disciplined. I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. If people say you can't be yelling at your kids, but guess what? They weren't in trouble when they were with me,
Right.
and they were afraid of me. I didn't never beat him. I never would do that. But my voice rings loud, and but to put him on a pill because you can't, like, because the school told you he's not a behavior problem. He needs attention.
Well, there
So
definitely needs to
yeah,
be changes to
well,
our.
So I'll say one thing. So the best part of my job is actually treating the entire family, with the family, right? That's the
Holistically,
best
yeah.
thing, right? Just
Mhm.
having the parents in the room as well, and we're all talking about this issue, and then they realize, oh, it's not just the kid. You know, it's all of us, right? That is a great
treat
moment.
the person.
Family
Exactly.
of origin.
You can't
So-
treat a
Exactly.
person then return them to the same environment where
Right.
everybody else is the same.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
don't parent them. We throw them in front of PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. So guess
TV,
what he's going to do? He's
PlayStation.
going to get addicted to that color
Exactly.
screen.
Hey,
with-
anything is addictive.
Yeah,
Right.
and a lot
You
of
know?
kids smoke when they are bored, right?
Yeah.
When they're bored, they have anything else to do. So part of what we do is we tell kids, listen, if you go out and have fun, do fun activities, you get the same feeling sometimes when you're high, right? When you're having fun and doing things that you are good at, right?
Mhm.
So that's part of it. The kids are bored.
That's what
they
I
stay
do with
home.
adults. I have adults that are bored, and we have to, it's again reprogramming ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
you have
know.
to learn how to enjoy yourself again after you've
Exactly.
been using drugs.
Mhm.
Exactly.
To feel pleasure
Into the
You-
microphone.
You got to as you said.
Into the microphone. They
I'm
can't
right
hear
there.
you.
I think I got to project
There you go.
better. Is that
Right
better?
there.
Okay. Yeah, you boredom is a huge trigger
It
for
is,
people.
right,
And
right.
relearning how to enjoy yourself
Right.
naturally.
Exactly.
And get, especially for young adolescents
Right.
who everything's boring, right?
Exactly. And their friends too, right? I mean, you just say to them, listen, do you have a friend who doesn't use it all? I don't, right? Hey, try to find a friend who doesn't use and see what happens, right? The friends are I'm telling you, that's the biggest thing sometimes, right?
Yeah, but boredom isn't the only thing. It's sometimes people use it for relaxation.
Mhm.
I mean,
Well-
you come down and you're all wound up, and you smoke and you relax.
Well, no, that's true. I have teens who are like, somebody just, yelled at me, so I'm gonna go do drugs because of that. I'm gonna go, gonna go do drugs. That happens, right? So it's about finding ways to cope, And sometimes the best way to do that is to, do things that you really love, right? To realize that you don't have to use that only to cope, we actually teach them different coping skills as well, so they can,
So, Marty, can I tell about the recovery walk I'm doing in September for National Recovery Month?
Sure, real fast.
Real fast. So, September 30th from 5 to 9. It will also be on the website. It's not on there right now, But it's our 4th annual Reach Out for Recovery Wellness Walk, 5K, and it's a fundraiser awareness and also a memorial event for those that we've lost due to this disease of addiction.
And when is that and where is that?
September 30th, Walnut Beach, from
Okay.
5 to 9. I'll
Yeah.
have it on the website this week.
All right, so we're just going to go around the room real fast. Jackie,
What?
the topic?
The topic
Yeah, we're not ready for that yet.
about marijuana?
Yes.
I think
Should
it
we
be legal.
legalize it or no?
I absolutely think it should be legalized.
Peter?
Yeah.
Legalize it?
Yep.
Mark?
Legalize all of it, not just weed, but go ahead.
I say yes.
I say
Carol?
yes because it's going to help with the deficit and also it's going to just
Rayon?
control.
I say don't. Hell,
What-
no.
what
Don't do it.
What she just said, help with the deficit. We're too busy taxing fucking soda. But no, let's not make that's ridiculous.
I'm just
Let me-
concerned. I'm concerned with the message it's going to send to kids. Right? It's okay.
But that's where parenting
It's
comes
okay.
in. Parents
What's the
need
message
to
with
control
alcohol,
their
though?
children.
What does the Bud Light at the picnic say to a kid? It's
Every
okay.
time you go to a picnic,
Alcohol,
there's a whole box of beer.
alcohol is made from a plant too. So
Alcohol's not legal for
Well,
kids.
I feel like everybody's ganging up on me here.
No.
Hold
No.
on.
When we're at a reunion and you're drinking a beer, you're telling a kid it's okay.
Right,
When
I
he's
know.
21, though.
Right.
Especially
But
at
I'm
a
just saying that
kid's
this is just
birthday
one
party.
thing.
Right.
This is just one
His
extra
birthday.
thing. This is just one thing that I think we should keep out of the hands of kids. And
Oh,
also, we
absolutely.
should,
Yeah,
we
well,
should
that would
not
be the easiest way to keep it out of their
But-
hands if you
but-
made it just for adults to buy.
But the message, I don't like the message, right? I think it's better, you know. And the
Well-
thing is, people think it's a drug, and it's not. It is not an innocent drug at all.
All right.
That's my
On
message.
that
None of them
note,
are.
we're gonna
Never
we're
said
gonna have
that.
to wrap it up. So
Well,
I got
don't
a
get any
couple
worse.
things I want to say before we do the positive quote here. Something that I wanted to say last week is Connecticut. I don't know if we talked about it. I don't think we did. But Connecticut was awarded $5.5 million to fight addiction last month in April. And the federal grant money is going to all 50 states. Nearly 900 people died last year in Connecticut alone from opioid-related overdoses. Connecticut is set to receive $5.5 million. The money is awarded from the Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services, and the money will be allocated to Connecticut over the next 2 years. So if you guys don't know, I have a public access television show, Sunday Sauce Pot, and you can catch that twice a day, every day, easthaven.tv. Anybody have any final thoughts about today's show?
Great.
Yeah,
good.
fun as
recovery's
always.
possible.
Happy to be here.
And Carol, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you.
And
Vincent, Mickey, I love you
our-
boys.
Yeah, actually, this week was pretty good.
It was great.
we had a lot
actually
of
talked about addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
a lot of guests.
And recovery. Recovery.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what you need to do too? Go into Marty's Facebook page, Designated Driver, and give some feedback. What you like to hear, what you don't want to hear, something like to help him out. You know,
Yeah.
anything good or bad is still feedback. So
Our Facebook group is up to almost 2,000 people.
Wow.
So
Nice.
thank you everybody for
That's
helping
great.
that group grow. My goal is 5,000,
Yes,
and then
share.
you're gonna hear me shut up about this group. So once
Gotta
we
get
get
the
to
message out
5,000,
there.
That's not possible.
so
It takes 1 second to
it is
click.
possible.
You'll
1
keep talking.
second.
Everybody just add 10 people. Everybody
Yeah.
listening, everybody in the group, add 10 people. That's it, and then I'll shut up about it. So
You'll never shut up about it.
5,000.
And he doesn't. It's not. You're not going to be bombard it with posts and all this other stuff. It's
No, because
It's fun. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a good group.
Yes.
So the Designated Driver Addiction Recovery Radio. So thank all you guys for being here today. So final positive thought. That's your cue, Pete.
stay sober.
you can do it.
Positive quote of the day. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou.
So
Quote
make them
from
feel
her.
good.
Right. Make them feel good.
Amen.
But don't get arrested doing it.
Yes.
don't
We
get
can't
caught.
bail nobody out.
Stay
All right.
stay sober, everybody.
So-
Good night.
Yes.
Stay safe.
Good night.
As always,
Good night, Sullivan.
who loves you, baby?